Yo, what is up, 5-9 gamers? Season 19 of the Tournament of Power is upon us. So instead of doing shorts, we can go a little bit more in depth on the safest and most points routes, as well as the best team for this season. As always, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow us on Twitter, Twitch, and all the other social media down below in the description. And now, without further ado, let's jump in. Alright, so first off, on your screen right now, you should see the routes popping up. The safe route in green and the max point route in red. You'll see the red circles. Those red circles mean that those are bonus fights. And as always, you want to have a 5-fist battle. Yeah, 5-fist battle every 5th fight, because that gives you a huge bonus, 50, 100, 150, 200%. So do not miss these. And don't forget that if you heal or use a team restore, that your winning streak bonus will be postponed by one battle. And that also means you won't get the biggest bonus at the end of the season, so try not to die. It's, you know, it sounds easier, it's easier said than done, but it is what it is. Let's have a look at the second half of the map right here and check out what the fights are. Based on what I heard from apps is there's no Goku and Vegeta, which is great. There are quite a few Gohan and Goten and Kaioken fights, but it's easier to actually play around them. Especially if you want to just go the safe route and just go every 5th battle for the 5-fist ones. So, you know, do it at your own caution. Make sure you friendship level 10 all of your units. That's the most important thing about Tournament of Power. Because your key restore will be higher. And that means you'll get to attack first. Now let's have a look at the teams. Now, this team is quite similar to last season's team. Just that, you know, we swapped out Red GT Kid Goku and... who else did we swap out? I don't even remember who we swapped out. Somebody else. And you swapped in the Zenkai 7 Otherworld Goku, as well as the Extreme Namek Goku. Now this team gives you 2 healers with Namek Goku and Bird Goo. So him, as well as him. You know, you can see here, his healing is whenever he receives an attack 3 times. No, twice. He heals himself plus the person in front of him, and then left and right to the back. And Namek Goku heals to the left and to the right every turn, I believe. So let's have a quick look at that. Start of second turn, ally health 5%. Okay, so once you have 2 guaranteed supers with Goten turn 2 and with Kaioken turn 3. So plan accordingly with that. Gohan does extreme damage. Goten is also an extreme damage dealer. Now, I don't exactly remember the kit of him, but 50% to key recovery for himself. That's pretty good. His key recovery is, or at friendship 1, is already super high. So he attacks very early for sure. And he gives 20% to damage inflicted to Sun Fam or movies for 1 turn. Plus 25% Gohan and Goten key recovery on top, so they can attack even earlier as well. And yeah, then the death buffs, obviously, which you don't want. And if his health is 30% below, he restores allied Sun Fam or movies health by 5%. Yeah, alright. I mean... he can do some damage. He has Zenkai stats, and he's also Zenkai buffing Bird Goo since he's a movies character. Now, if you don't have all of those units, you can bring Red GT Kid Goku if you really want to bring him. Other than that, potentially the yellow Gohan, but he doesn't... does he buff Sun Family? I don't think so. Nope. Hybrids or movie sagas. I mean, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 Gokus in here. Might not be the best choice. Yeah, you can bring this guy, but he also, and he also buffs Sun Family, but he needs very high stars, so be aware of that. And you can technically also bring Super Saiyan 3 Kid Goku, who does also buff Sun Family, but it also means you have another blue unit. So these are your choices if you want to play Sun Family. Now, a team that's quite similar, but, you know, not completely, is the Saiyans team. And here you can see we still have Bird Goo and Namek Goku as the healers. And we still have Red GT Kid Goku and Kaioken, so you still have at least 1 guaranteed super. And with Zenkai 7 Super Vegeta, you get a super guaranteed every other fight. Now, this Vegeta here actually debuffs the opponents. And yeah, he inflicts attribute downgrade 20% damage inflicted, start of the second turn, to all enemies. And that means your units, all of your units, are going to do crazy damage. Abs told me he tested it, and the difference was definitely noticeable. So if you want to play Saiyans, this is a good option here. And yeah, again, you can swap in Super Saiyan 3 GT Kid Goku if you want to. Let's see, is there any other good Saiyan that you could probably use in Z tier? Nope. I would say that's about it. You could swap one of the yellow units out for Otherworld Goku if you have him Zenkai over another unit. And the green movie, Cooler Movie Goku is quite decent as well. I would always prefer the Vegeta though, because he heals. He is such a wall. Even if he is an opponent, it's super annoying because after receiving an attack, he restores 7% of HP twice. Next up on our list, and a Tournament of Power classic, is the Androids team. Now, you can see here we have Android 18 for the constant healing and support. We have Android 18 here that actually gets special move gauge up, I think also 50%? No? 40%. Okay, so every third fight is guaranteed, but seeing as you have a higher charge right now, pretty much every second fight you get a guaranteed super with her as well. Other than that, we have Super 17 who can absorb blasts. We have Fusion 13 who can cover on strike for 30% health or below, left and right to him. We have 21 who can cover, I think, in front and behind her. Yep, for anything. So really just like Super Saiyan 3 Goku. And yeah, the Tournament of Power 17 MVP. Plus Mr. I Explode because no reason. And if you have Cell, bring Cell. He's pretty good as well. Inflicts, he debuffs the opponents. He has a blast cover as well. He gets good damage. And if you don't have him, you can bring Purple 21 instead. You could also bring Green Cell, but then you have a lot of greens and not that much, you know, variety. This way, at least you have a full color wheel. I would not necessarily recommend bringing Android 17 because he just doesn't do any damage. He has a barrier, which is cool, but that's about it. So I would say Cell or Purple 21. Now here you can see we have double Janemba, who both, I think, have that blast evasion mechanism, the Dimension Guard. Here you go. Before receiving a blast card, activates special action, nullifies attack, and gets more damage and special move gauge. So it's kind of like the full power Frieza, just 50% instead of 100. And the other one, the red one, stuns on receiving a blast, so the unit won't be able to attack next turn, which is pretty nice. You have one guaranteed super with Bojack in the second turn, but he has low key recovery, so make sure to Friendship 10 him, and yeah, don't forget he will attack probably last in your lineup. One blue unit, you have Otherworld Goku Zenkai buffing Senor Birdku. And other options could be the Gohan, not sure. You definitely can bring the Fusion Super 13? I don't know, Fusion 13, whatever you want to call him. Purple Vegeta, but then you would have quite a few purples because there's already 2 in there. And you want to have some sort of variety. Metal Cooler is decent, and so is Cooler Movie Goku. Turles gives good key recovery, but other than that, he's kind of meh. And the Purple Broly is also a pretty good unit to swap in if you don't have one of those purple units or you don't have Zenkai Janemba. And that's the movies team. Now, Lineage of Evil, a team that is in the dumps in PvP, still viable in PvE. You know, Tournament of Power, TOP, whatever. Here you can see we are bringing yellow full power Frieza over the LF because he gets that free super when he gets a blast attack against him. Your main damage dealer will probably be this red Frieza here with the green one, and you will have this Frieza supporting the rest of the team. Also, yeah, there's not that many options. You could bring the blue Zenkai 7 Extreme Frieza if you want to. Other than that, if you don't have the team like this, it's probably better not to run it, to be honest. Now, next up we have a team that you don't really see all that much, but is technically viable if you just want to go for the Chronos for sure, is the girls team. You can see here we have Bulma, who supports, we have Launch, who heals herself and also supports allies. We have the cover change of 21. We have the damage of Kale and Caulifla, the special attack of 18 every other match, plus the supports and heals from 18. And then the 2 Zenkai girls here that are just doing damage. However, keep in mind Android 18 Yellow has very low key recovery and will attack last unless she has the highest friendship level, but again, friendship 10 all your units. Other than that, you could probably swap out, if you don't have Zenkai Caulifla, you could bring Purple 21, who I think doesn't actually buff the tag in her Z ability, but You still have androids in here and regen, so if you swap out Caulifla, you still buff 3 of the other units. 4! So you should be alright like this. Now the next team you can use is this Namek Saga / Saiyan Saga / Frieza variant. You'll have the heals of Namek Goku. You have the damage of Nappa Papa, who is just a brutal Saiyan. As you can see, he gets 70% strike damage. And on special moves, you know, he gets extra damage as well. And yeah, he restores 10% of MHAC and attributes, you know, like all the enemies get debuffs. Now his absolute favorite unit in this is, I think, Captain Ginyu, who per Ginyu and Frieza Force gets extra key recovery and damage. And he debuffs all enemies as well with damage received, so you'll, again, 20%, similar to what the yellow Zenkai GT Vegeta does. And yeah, other than that, most units are pretty much known. So, you know, like Frieza supports and covers strike. This Frieza gets the free super again. So, yeah. If you want to run this team, be my guest. Probably not going to do it myself. Regen. Full Zenkai. Let's go. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Zenkai units in here. With a lot of them restoring HP when they get hit. Cell gets that. As well as the Piccolo. We have the Zenkai Janemba here, who can cover against blast cards once. We have the bubble shield of Bu-Han. And we have the super attack of Butang's turn 1, as well as the super attack of Piccolo turn 3. And the extreme Piccolo, if you wonder why he's there, he heals allies HP by 2% every turn. And he heals 4. If you put him in the center and you put allies in the corners, you get to heal 8% for each of them. So a total of 32% of HP are going to be healed during the battle unless he dies. Now, if you don't have, you could bring the Gohan if you have him at high stars, for example. And Kid Buu is a good choice instead of the Bootangs if you don't want to risk him dying, because he is squishy. Same for Red Janemba. You don't have, you know, instead of Red Cell. That depends on your preference, really. And yeah. Those are pretty much the teams and the save and max point routes for the Tournament of Power. If I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. And other than that, leave a like, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, gamers.